go on YouTube. I don't know what today. It was supposed to get to 25, or excuse me, it was supposed to get to 29. It dipped to about 21, so it got colder than it was supposed to last night. I was walking around my field this morning getting over here. Grass is dead, which is unfortunate. Grass has frozen. Yep, grass is frozen. 100%. I checked it closely. The grass is frozen. It got colder than it was supposed to. If it got to 29, this grass would have survived. Grass is dead. Oh my gosh. I'm walking around real carefully because this ground is frozen. So if I slip, I'm gonna split my chops open. It's gonna be like falling on a rock. Yep. Whoop. When I was getting over here this morning, I gotta be real careful. There's a lot of ice everywhere. It got to about, with wind chill, it got to about 20. These animals are showing signs of being a little bit miserable. Cattle, they, well, when they're doing good, it's easy to tell. When they're a little miserable, it's easy to tell too. If they're all just standing around in a barn when they're normally grazing, if they're all just standing around in a barn with their heads low, probably means they're a little cold. These animals were all vaccinated with a modified live vaccine for BRD as well as BVD, as well as as well as Pastorella. Yep, that modified live vaccine had Pastorella vaccination in it too. I used a vaccination called Bovishield Gold one shot. They got it on December 20th. On November 20th, they had gotten a dose of a killed vaccine called Triangle 10. So they are well vaccinated. They have been vaccinated over a month ago as well. So just over a month ago. So these animals are properly their immune systems are doing good. I see zero signs of illness. My first, if I was looking at an animal, first thing I would look for if an animal was sick, to see if an animal was sick, is if they stopped eating. That's a big indicator. If they stop eating, big problem. All these animals are eating. Everybody's properly vaccinated. We've also been through a lot worse than this. 20 with a little bit of rain is a little bit of sleet. These animals are going to be just fine. I've been checking calendar, Weather Channel, as well as my calendar for everything I got going on this year. Need to be planting hay. I've been checking my calendar, been looking at Weather Channel, trying to line these things up for when these animals will be going to market. I need all these animals essentially at market by middle of March. So I got 1.5 months at this point to get all these animals gone, to get all these animals to market. I need to get them as heavy as possible. I see zero risk of getting anywhere near 700, so I'm just going to get these animals as heavy as possible. I need, well, if it rains like this ground turns into a mud pit, so there's zero way for me to get a trailer in here to get these animals hauled. The trailers, trucks, anything will get stuck in the soil, so I need some decent weather. I need this ground to be somewhat dry. It takes about 3 days of zero rain for this ground to get dry enough after it rains for me to drive a trailer on here to haul these animals. I got until March 14th to get all these animals to market. All my grass is dead. Well, dead is incorrect. This grass will grow back. It just needs this inch of growth that it had put on already is gone. So, oh man, it looks like I'm gonna need to bring in one more bale of alfalfa, which is fine. A bale of alfalfa will cost me anywhere from $175 to $200. That bale will feed these animals for 8 days. These animals are looking a little bit miserable today, so I'm gonna give them a little extra food just to keep them well, I figured if they're getting a little bit of extra food, I mean, especially when they're miserable, I mean, it's good for them. So I'm gonna be giving these animals a little bit extra food. I probably need to go buy an extra bale. Animals are looking good in terms of being in a proper shape for market. Like this fella right here, good example. He's filled out. He's full. He's just right where he needs to be. This guy, just because of his hide like this, just looking at, he kind of looks like a bison. This is I believe that this is a beef master, what they call a beef master animal here in well, yep, I believe he's called the beef master, but he's good. He's full. Calf right next to him, good, full. Calf right next to him, good, full. Their back legs are filled. They're thick. They look ready for market. I know that there's one animal over here. If I can get up close to him, let me see, without slipping or anything like that. Oh, here he is, right here. He still needs some time. It's easy to see that his back leg is starting to develop, but it needs to fill out more. Him right here, his back leg needs to fill out a bit more. Same with this fella right here. His back leg just needs, well, it's starting to fill out. It just needs to put on some mass. I would say he's about 75% ready for market. So he's still got 1.5 months. We still got about 6 weeks to get these animals in good shape. They're shaping up well. Oh, this is my processor calf. She's shaping up well too. She's been here for a long time. Yeah, so these calves are shaping up well. He just needs to put on a bit more mass. Yeah, calves are shaping up well, so they're about ready for market. I got about, she's still real small. Oh, what can I do? I brought her in as a bottle calf back in I believe it was October. So she's only been here for 3 months, and she was a baby when she got here. So if she's 200 pounds right now, she's doing good. And yep. So yeah, I still got about a week's worth of feed left for these animals. I probably need to bring in 1 week more. I got about 6 weeks until these animals need to be gone so that I can get this hay field started. Somewhere around 6 weeks is what I would estimate. Grass that I had growing in is gone. Maybe this grass will die and then it'll start growing back next week. So it'll by end of next week, I would think, with good conditions, it'll be back to where it was right now. So I lost an inch worth of growth on this grass, which is okay. I mean, things happen, right? It's just how things work. Yeah, I'm gonna need to keep these cattle in good shape either way. The cattle are looking good. They're shaping up. I was looking to get these calves to market at about 500 average weight. That's also one of my big reasons for keeping every animal here for as long as possible, is because I have a few real small animals like this guy. Zero chance he's getting anywhere near 500. This guy probably already at 500, so how averages work, I'm just looking to get them to 500 average. So if I have one animal that's 600, if I have one animal that's 400, the average will be 500. My average weight is going to be under 500 for this lot. I can already tell. I would think my biggest animal here is about 500, 525. This is him right here, biggest animal. And this is him right here. I would think he's somewhere around 500, 525, somewhere like that. There's one about his size too. Big old tall Hereford. This guy right here, this one is about his size. So they're about equal size. So they're maybe about about 500, 525 is what I would estimate. This guy probably about 450. So by next week, by 6 weeks, he'll probably be closer to 5 something. This guy too, he's probably about 450. So I got about 6 weeks. I'm gonna put as much weight as I can on these guys. Who knows? Maybe I will get to a 500 average weight. But I do have a few animals about this size. I have about 5 animals this size. I have 28 animals going to market. Who knows? Maybe maybe I will actually get to 500. We'll have to see. Yep. As soon as these animals, I'm looking to line everything up so that I get these animals to market when it's hay season time. Right when it's hay season time. It would have been great if I got free grass to graze these animals on for these next 6 weeks. It looks like this grass is dead though. I checked it. Grass is dead. So maybe I'll get 3 weeks. Maybe I'll get about 3 weeks of grazing on these animals. Maybe I'll get about 4 weeks of grazing. Somewhere around there, 3-4 weeks of grazing, which will be good, because right now it's costing me about $175 to $200 to give these animals a forage for a week. So every week that I get to graze animals on grass instead of having to give them dry forage, I'm saving about $175 to $200. So, which is fantastic. Yep. Well, we'll have to see. It's getting about time though. Animals look good. Animals look ready for market. They're filling up well. Some of these animals got especially these smaller animals, got a little bit of ringworm on them. They've also been losing hair on the back of their neck. A lot of these smaller animals, they were brought in around October, so they've only been here for about 3 or 4 months. These smaller animals, well, so they're rubbing their back of their neck. That is a potential sign of them having had a real problem with horn flies last year, a previous year. So now their hair is starting to fall out because they're having a bit of an allergic reaction to the mucus and the flies. They'll have an allergic reaction. Then next year, so a year after they had that infestation, they'll start rubbing their bodies to a point that their hair falls out. So, and some of these animals got ringworm on them too, which is a lot of these small calves, a lot of small calves will get ringworm on them. That'll clear up about 2 months. Usually it clears up in about 2 months. So I'd like to see all that stuff clear up before I take these animals to market, just because that would yep, I'd maybe get a few more dollars per calf if all that stuff is cleared up. But none of it's a real big problem. Like this calf right here got a little bit of ringworm on their back right here. But when these calves are small, they particularly when they are weaned early as well as commingled, they'll get that ringworm on them. So I'm looking for all that stuff to clear up too. We'll have to see. It'd be great to see all that stuff clear up before they go. I treat horn flies here, face flies, stuff like that. I treat all that stuff with boron ivermectin. So at this farm here, the animals get treated for flies as soon as they get here. Where they were before this, who knows? All these are sale barn cattle that I picked up these animals at a sale barn, so their previous owner may have given them zero treatment for barn flies or anything like that. So when they get here, they all get treated. All of that stuff, it'll clear up. It's got zero problem. Like his hair's already starting to grow back. He looks good. They've all been vaccinated. Oh man, he got a little bit of a protein deficiency poop. He just dropped that right in front of me when he coughed right there. Yeah, he needs a little bit more protein. I don't know what's going on with him. He looks a little wonky. So I'm gonna keep a good eye on him. I'm glad I just saw that. Because usually if they look a little wonky, that they are a little wonky. Something is going on with them. So I'm gonna go check him out right after this. Well, yep. And so yeah, but it's almost time to put these animals at market. Alright, YouTube. That's it for me today, y'all.